And today we have a special invited guest in our conference. So our university uses modern computer-aided design technologies for a long time. And we use CAD, CAM, and computer-aided engineering technologies very intensively. Last year, we also use extensively modern cloud CAD system Onshape. So we are very grateful for the support for the PTC Onshape company. And today, we are very pleased, we are very flattered that in our conference will take part representative of the Onshape corporation, of the Onshape company, Oana Carvatchi. And we are very grateful for your support and for your presentation. I think that it will be very interesting for all the participants and invited guests to hear, to see about the abilities of the Onshape CAD system. And we also very grateful that Onshape company granted us a license for the next academic year. So please, Oana, I think that it will be very interesting for all of us to hear about Onshape technologies.
Thank you so much. First of all, we are very thankful for the invitation and want to start by congratulating all of the participants in this conference. This type of activity has provided and provides such hope in a time of unprecedented hardship. And we are very humbled that Onshape can help provide some support for your academic work to continue. I'm here today to talk to you briefly about computer-aided design in the cloud and show you how other people around the world, other universities, other professors and students are using Onshape in their design classes, and not just their design classes. But first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Oana Carvatchi. Thank you again for the invitation. I am the customer success team leader at Onshape and PTC. So I'm going to move to my next slide. What is Onshape? If you had the chance to use it briefly, Onshape was built to combine the power of traditional computer-aided design software with the advantages of modern computing. So we are often told we are the Google Docs of computer-aided design, or we are the Slack of computer-aided design, because really all you need to work in Onshape is a username and password, and you can start working from any device right then, right there. What is different about Onshape? It is still a professional grade 3D CAD and design collaboration platform. So it still has all of the capabilities that traditional CAD has. So if you're familiar with Creo or SolidWorks, you will still find the same features in Onshape as well, but it is the only cloud CAD platform available, which means it works on PCs, it works on MacBooks, it works on Chromebooks, even on Android tablets or Apple tablets. It doesn't require an installation, and people can collaborate on the tool at the same time from different devices. Also, since it's hosted on a cloud, it never crashes and you never lose your data. As long as you have a stable internet connection, your work is saved on the cloud and you will never lose anything that you've worked on. And right now, as of today, we actually have over 1 million students and educators worldwide that are using Onshape. I wanted to start by giving a few examples of why Onshape is different from other maybe cloud-based platforms. Well, Onshape is a cloud native platform. Because the way that we have enabled this widely scalable platform to work and keep storage costs down is by storing each edit as a flexible incremental change. This is also the fundamental decision that enables, simultaneous editing, just like Google Docs. This also enables the parallel workflows such as versioning, branching. So if someone starts working on a version, someone else can pick it up and start from that point, or go even back in time and modify the original design. It's really easy to work, and the work never gets lost. Another important feature is called feature script, which basically means that if a tool is missing from your toolbar, you can actually code it yourself and add that tool to the toolbar. Every tool that you see in the toolbar in Onshape is a piece of feature script. It's a piece of code, right? So if you need a new piece or you need to automate part of your work, it's really easy to do right here in Onshape, right from the tool. Product data management is also part of our system, because you no longer have to worry about files. You can link parts and assemblies from any other document, including any public library of parts that has been shared as an Onshape document. And Onshape REST API. This allows anybody to directly integrate any computational workflow or any code-driven process with Onshape to optimize or analyze their design, or create custom workflows or integrations with any other engineering system. Of course, everything that I'm talking about today is very well documented in our documentation, and every user has access to create their own workflows and their own feature scripts very easily. But let's talk about how others are using Onshape in education and in other universities around the world. For example, we have a Lego robot built by Peter Ebbesmeyer at Fraunhofer Institute of Mechatronic System Design. They are teaching product lifecycle management concepts to their students, and specifically they were focusing on teaching their students about the difference between a manufacturing bill of material and an engineering bill of material. And they used this very interesting example of building a Lego robot. Another example from Karlsruhe University of Applied Sciences in Germany. They have a team of students who participated in the international competition 1001 Vela Cup. And basically they had 30 students split into 6 different teams, and they had to work on different parts of this boat. And they had to build the boat from scratch and then participate in the competition, sail that boat in the competition, in the final competition. So another very interesting example of starting with a design in Onshape, collaborating on building this design, and then creating this design in their shop. Another example is this person who from Stanford University who created a custom feature. So they used feature script to create an automation that basically allows them to minimize material waste when they print or when they lattice the materials for their shop. So you can see in the picture, the materials are very well aligned, no material is wasted, and this is done automatically using this feature script feature. And another example from Boston University, where Professor Emily Whiting used this used Onshape in their computer science course to develop an algorithm for producing a physical product. students were able to take any direction really and show agency in their design. So they had to decide on what they wanted to do, what piece they wanted to create. And then the professor was able to provide feedback throughout the year and correct their work. And some examples from the research field. Of course, there are many ways in which Onshape is used in research, but I just highlighted this example from Columbia University, where they used a randomized generation process to create 3D geometry using the language of CAD, in our case, feature script. And a potential application of this research is that someday you can be able to recreate any imported 3D geometry with a list of CAD features that are then editable by engineers. So in the long term, it would really help automate part of the design process. Another example that ties even artificial intelligence with deep learning is computer-aided design as language. And this is very interesting. It's similar to, let's say, the way your phone auto-completes some of the text when you're writing a message. Basically, this exercise allows you to have a design being auto-completed by Onshape. So when you start designing something, you would see suggestions of designs pop up on your screen. And another example is robotics. And this is an example actually coming from a student at Tufts University. He was able to model this self-balancing robot using Legos, using the concept of linked documents, pulling part data from the kit of parts in another public document. And of course, the final design is quite impressive. And finally, the digital twin application, where you can basically create something in Onshape and then tie that design with your real life setting in, let's say, for example, a demonstration factory. And this example comes from Technium Wien University in Austria. But of course, we're not only used in education. We have many industrial partners that are using our product, using Onshape to build their products and sell them to their customers. And one of the important ones, of course, is Garrett Advanced Motion, who, of course, partners with other big names in the industry. Of course, you know, they are the world leader of automotive turbochargers, and they are using Onshape because it really eases their creative process and their design process. Another one that might sound familiar is Trek. They are a leader in bicycle design and manufacturing. Kickler Lighting from Cleveland, Ohio. They are using Onshape to design their lighting systems. Music Tribe. They are using Onshape to develop not only musical instruments, but also professional stage audio equipment. And last but not least, I want to invite you all at our event in August 3rd. It's in August, it's in a little while. So if you are not on vacation, please join us for the Onshape Research Symposium. This is a virtual event. You can join for free, you can register for free, bringing together engineering researchers who are using Onshape's cloud native architecture to drive innovation in their field. We have invitations from University of Toronto, people joining from University of Zagreb, and even a person joining from DeepMind. So a very interesting agenda. And I will share the link with you all in chat. And this was everything from me. Thank you again for the invitation. And thank you so much for all the work that you do.
Thank you, Oana. We're very grateful for your presentation. It is so interesting. And actually, our university has a long history on usage CAD technologies. So we used SolidWorks from 2006. We used Autodesk products also. And actually, as our dean said, today we developed a program of continuous training for our students. So students learn how to use CAD systems from the first year of education. And then during the second year and third year, they learn how to use computer-aided engineering systems. So strength calculations, kinematical, dynamical calculations. So it is so interesting for us. And actually, as I said before, since last year, we also use Onshape. And it is so important for us because last 2 years, there were several problems with COVID restrictions and problems with the war in Ukraine. So now the problems of distant learning is so important. So in this case, it is very interesting and useful for us to use Onshape technologies. So I think that during the next academic year, we enlarge the usage of Onshape, and I hope that you will take part in our students' Ukrainian contest next year. Thank you.
Thank you very much.